Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon is a game with an unfounded level of bullshit, particle effects, and criminal activities. Yet I love it. In this game, you play as an Armored Core 6, who is also a Raven. Not the bird, but a man who is in a robot and nowhere else ever, because the robot has a portable toilet and a working mini-fridge. But before Raven is Raven, he's 621. A human augmented with so much arrow and growth hormones, you can better pilot a giant fucking robot, because that is the best way of making money in the world of Core Armor 6. So the game starts off and you're just launched into a planet, but before the bird robot can get earning, he must commit identity theft to become a mercenary. So you steal a license and you start doing some cool shit like eco-terrorism and corporate sabotage by blowing up generators that poor people need. And then directly after, you start helping the corporations whose workers you just blew up. So the going is going until you get caught in an explosion of the forgotten and mystical, but not that forgotten and mystical, monster energy, which like 50 years ago exploded and killed everyone inside a light year radius. The monster energy gets into your brain and you develop schizophrenia and start imagining a woman in your head who occasionally says something useful, instead of pointing out the obvious. Yes, I can see my mech is damaged. I heard the sound cues. The schizophrenia is very realistic because monster energy contains estrogens that help develop your inner femboy, and we have just overdosed. This is a good time to talk about the gameplay, because at this point you're fighting against the Refund boss, who is easily the hardest boss in the game. On the surface, Rubicon Core's gameplay is you going on missions and spamming every movement button not to get hit by the ever-increasing amount of bullshit, while also carefully mashing every button to fire your numerous weapons, of which there are several, maybe even 5. Most enemies are no more dangerous than the flu, but the real danger comes from the bosses, who are basically anthrax, but only sometimes. Delving deeper into the gameplay, you are made out of parts and therefore must intricately design your core of armor to beat the current enemy. At the end of the game, my robot ended up being a fast shotgun wielding robot with a gamer back, because of course I had to make the robot look like myself, except I'm fat and I'm not allowed weapons anymore. Continuing with the story, we beat the Refund boss and start ascending Detroit, so we can shoot ourselves with a massive railgun cannon to launch ourselves into Finland, because, well, the monster energy is somehow moving through the fucking sky to the North Pole where Santa resides. During our ascent, a woman tries to kill us, but gives up because, like a redditor, we're too autistic to understand that she doesn't want to sleep with us. So a fucking monster energy sponsored spider robot appears and we shoot it with rockets and other bullshit until it starts flying and causing my graphics card malfunction. Except no, because the game is actually well optimized, which is rare. Now the monster energy spider is easily the hardest boss in the game. Except no, because you fuckers cried too much and it was heavily nerfed. Now that it's nerfed, we easily beat it and shoot ourselves into the Arctic. Arriving in Finland, we shoot some locals or something, I don't care. The US military shows up and starts enforcing martial law because the mega corporations haven't paid their taxes in like a month. Facebook and Amazon team up to fuck up the US military. Joe Biden trips over a cable, or just falls in general, and accidentally presses a button that releases a comically oversized monster energy sponsored worm whom no one can beat. And naturally, this is one of the easiest bosses in the game, if only I could hit it. Jesus fucking Christ, the effects team need a raise.
Oh yeah, that's the stuff.
The big worm dies and the US military retreats because Amazon and Facebook have too much money and probably lobbied the military out of the planet because, you know, that's how American politics work. So the US goes into hibernation, and during this time I guess Raven, which is us, just went out on a vacation because like a year passes and we do literally nothing until Walter decides it's a good time to do something. So as any sane person would think, it's time to start earning again so I can buy new legs for my robot. But no! This is Rubicon Fire 6 and we need to descend into hell and kill Satan, because there is a lot of monster energy there and we can sell it for Fortnite skins. The descent into hell is tough, but with the help of our inner woman we managed to fucking destroy everything, including this cool boss, who is easily the hardest boss in the game. We find hell and it's just this ultra secret city that's underground and it's somehow very bright in here. Yeah, anyways, we find Satan, who is addicted to the monster energy, and he's easily the hardest boss in the game. And what the fuck is going on? Anyway, Satan finally dies and Mark Zuckerberg shoots a little shit dart that explodes and does 200 damage. But in this case it completely immobilizes us and we get sent into a pray away the gay camp because I have no fucking clue. Walter also gets captured and the only good character on my side is gone, and I finally care about the story because my fucking god, I do not want to listen to the Detroit woman. So, because Walter is a time traveler, he puts a random shit-ass mech into a sewer hoping that we fail, pray away the gay camp and get flushed down the toilet, which is exactly what happens. So we hop into a mech made out of junk and scrap metal and fight our way out. But actually, instead of fighting every enemy like it's intended, I run past everything. Escape is easy because the woman from Detroit has psychic powers and an ugly-ass mech, so we escape without issue. Now it's time to free Walter, except no! Because this game isn't cringe and we have a job to do. So naturally we go to a random floating city in the middle of the ocean that we've been in before, but I failed to mention because the mission was of no significance to the story at that point. Anyways, the city isn't a city, it's a fucking massive ass ship that we intend to 9/11 into a massive mushroom that rose up from hell and is sucking up all the monster energy from the planet to be used to feminize all of Rubicon. Naturally, Walter and the Detroit woman are part of a secret organization who want to burn all the monster energy because they are super conservative Christian family with strong values. So, being the good-mannered mercenary that I am, I decide to follow my schizophrenia-induced femboy and decide to kill the Detroit woman. The ship is now flying toward the mushroom and I have limited time to kill the Detroit woman. So naturally I take my time to kill Mark Zuckerberg, who's just firing and letting go of random Amazon employees. Then I go and kill the Detroit woman, but surprise, surprise, I really didn't need to do that because I really just need to shoot some generators. Mark Zuckerberg comes back as the refund boss enhanced, and this is easily the hardest boss in the game. It's not though, and that joke is no longer funny, and it never was. Mark is absolutely insane, and using all the data he's stolen from Facebook users, starts shooting fucking lasers and some insane random shit. Man, his electric bill must be fucking nuts. Right. Thankfully, Facebook uses naturally made green energy, which is really expensive and not even Mark Zuckerberg can afford to use it for that long. And well, of course, I shoot him and he dies. And now, it's a good time to talk about the music, which at this point in the game starts getting really good. Just listen. Yeah, that's the issue. I can't hear it either, because the sound effects are so fucking loud, but they are loud in the good type of way, where my brain shuts off when I hear them. Now it's time for the final mission, and we shoot the ship's thrusters. Why didn't we do that before? And now it's time for the final challenge of the game. And it's the god king of making money. You see, there never was a handler Walter. That is just a front to make money. The real Walter is the magnum hustler, Andrew Tate, who went insane from the Pray Away the Gay camp and now wants to kill us. This is easily the most fight in the game, and it's a blast. With the background going more insane than me looking at a bad Elden Ring tier list, we beat Andrew Tate and he finally realizes that the true hustle is the friends we made along the way. Yeah, Fires of Core Armored Rubicon is a solid ass tier game. Anyway, that's it, bye.